Hello, how's everybody doing today? I am great. I had a wonderful, productive day. I wanted to get on here and just give a quick message. I always say it's not going to be long and then it ends up being long, but I do apologize if it is, but I'm not planning on it to be that way. So, um, I was looking at my analytics today, and even though I only have, 112 subscribers, I have over 26,000 views. So that just goes to show that the people that watch do not subscribe, they do not like, they're just looking. They're there to look. They would troll probably if I let them, but I don't turn my comments on anymore, so I'm not setting myself up for that. I don't want to leave myself open for that. I've had enough of that. It's pure comedy at this point. But anyway, I love to see how many views that I have based on the number of subscribers, because I have at least three videos that have over 2,600 views, and two of those videos are still up, and one of them isn't, but it was on narcissism, flying monkeys, and how if you defend a narcissist, you probably are one, or you're under their control. Anyway, those seem to be most popular, but 26,000 views. That's just insane. At least it's getting out there. I don't really care if you like, if you subscribe, it's still getting out there. And if you want something, you have to visualize it, speak it into existence. I know that one day I'm going to have as many subscribers as I do views and more. So it's happening for me. I have a fan base. They're just not willing to admit that they're my fans yet, and that's okay. It's okay. They'll come around. I'll get you. I probably already got you, but you're afraid to admit it to your friends. You're afraid to admit it to yourself. But I speak pure facts over here. I talk a lot about myself, but I'm really telling you these things about myself so that it will help you. So dropping knowledge is for you guys. It's not helping me. I'm helping me. God's helping me. My forward movement every day is helping me. Me speaking on this camera is for you guys. That's how I'm giving back. That's another thing I want to talk about is giving back, tithing. I don't go to church, even though I am a follower of the Lord. A lot of things that are taught by the Christian faith, I cherry pick because, I say the Lord's Prayer every day. I definitely pray every day. I've spent over half of my life in church and thinking that you needed to be in church and find a church home. But I never really saw the point in tithing to the church. And that's a big no-no. It's already a big no-no that I speak about how God is inside of us. Because in the spiritual community, that's basically blasphemy to the church and the Christians, is to say that God is inside of us all. Because I'm not saying I am God, worship me. No, I'm saying we are all part of God. He is inside of all of us. He shines his light into all of us, and therefore in turn we should shine our light for him and for others and for ourselves. So there's a God conscious in all of us. That's how we get more in tune with it, by meditating. It's because he's inside of all of us. You just have to be still. When they say be still and know that I am God, you give it up to God, you surrender. But you also need to be still within yourself, because all of the answers are inside of you. They're not at church. A lot of times things are misinterpreted. I won't say a lot of times, most of the time things are misinterpreted at church. That's why it's so superficial there. That's why people become hardened in the church by what they, the rules and the regulations. It's so strict and a regimen. I don't believe that you should go to church to impress anyone. I don't believe that you should go there to give your money. I believe that if you go to church, you should go there for fellowship. You should go there because you honestly want to be there with other people that believe in the Lord and want to serve their community, that they want to be there for each other, they want to pray for each other, they want to sing, they want to dance, they want to eat and be merry with other people that are of the same belief system, that they all have the same goals, they're all motivated by God and what we're here to do, to be on their path and in their purpose. I do not believe that you should have to go and pay for a preacher. I don't believe that you should have to have a parsonage. I don't believe in any of those things, and I never have. But I did them because I thought that's what I was supposed to do, and a lot of churches ask you to leave if you don't, or they'll have conversations with you if you don't and make you feel ashamed about it. Not everybody makes enough to give 10% of their monetary funds to the church. So I don't care who I'm making mad here, but I believe in tithing, but I don't believe that you have to tithe to the church. I think you should pray about it, and whatever the Holy Spirit moves you to do is what you should do. If you pray about it, God will guide you. God will guide you to who you should give it to, what you should give, and how much of it you should give. I don't believe that it should be told to you that you have to do this. You're not going to hell if you don't tithe to the church. You're not condemned. God still loves you as much as he loves everybody else if you don't tithe. A lot of the times these churches are flashy. They get really big with their screens and their bands and their outfits for the choir and all of their equipment, and having several church services a day, and you're expected to give at each one of them, and then they'll have a missionary offering, they'll have this offering, and then it becomes, well, you have to give 10% for this, 10% for that, 10% for this. Next thing you know, you're giving 50% of your check to the church because they've convinced people that that's what they should do. So I think it's hilarious when people want to get on here and call me a cult when I don't want anything from anybody, and I am a loner. I don't want anybody to follow me. I'm just giving out free advice, free knowledge from actual life experience that I've had with narcissists, and with walking in faith, doing things just by depending on God, by letting go and surrendering. I don't want anybody to give anything to me. Now, when me and my son were destitute there for a few weeks before they took it from me, yes, because poverty is considered neglect by CPS, and when they didn't have anything else to say about me, that's how they took my son. That's how they capitalized on the situation. So, yes, I tried for a little while, but God did provide while I still had him, until somebody threw me under the bus. But it was all meant to happen. It's what had to happen. I wouldn't be where I am now if I was still asking for donations on Facebook and Instagram every day. Had to do it on my own. I had to do a lot of work on myself on my own, and that's why I'm in the place that I am in. So I'm grateful for that. But I don't want anybody to give to me. I don't want a penny from anybody at all. I want whatever God has for me, which is not asking for donations anymore. But in the church, it's very flashy. You'll find that the preachers and stuff, a lot of them have really nice cars or really nice houses. They come dressed a certain way. So does their family. They'll look down upon anybody else, and then oftentimes they get busted for using those funds for other things, taking more than what's their share, having affairs with other people that are often higher ups in the church. So no, it's been corrupt, it's been mishandled so many times that I don't trust it anymore. So I want to tithe, but I will give to people however I feel God is guiding me to give. I used to do free cakes for a bunch of people, and people that were in the church, other cake bakers around town would fuss and criticize for just wanting to be a blessing. What's wrong with being a blessing? Well, it was taking money out of their pockets, so they didn't want you to be a blessing. But God guided me to be a blessing to certain people, so I'm going to be a blessing. I don't care if it takes money out of your pocket or not. I don't want people to be overcharged or come out of pocket for what they can't afford, and they still deserve to give their child or their loved one or whatever the occasion is a nice cake. It doesn't cost as much as people were charging. So why do that to them? And if they really need it, they gave it to all their other children, and they're in a bad place and they can't give to one child what they gave their other 4 children. Yes, I'm going to donate a cake to them. I'm going to be a blessing, because that child does not deserve to be treated less than the other children because their parents were going through a hard time around their birthday and not the other children's birthday. So yes, be a blessing. Be a blessing to anyone that God calls you to be a blessing to. And that is also tithing. That is also tithing. Your time. I watch lots of people on YouTube that have, I love the lawn care channels. I love the power washing channels. I don't know why that is ASMR to me, but it is. I love it. Shout out to you guys. I've talked about them in my videos before, but I love those channels, and they will do lots of free work for people. That is tithing. That is tithing. And the more that you give to other people, the more that God will give to you. He is going to bless you so much more for giving to others. So it's very important to give, and I will always give to others what God gives to me. And I pray every day, not only for the guidance on how to give, but for Him to send people, and for me to know exactly. It's always just clear as day who He's sent to me, because it's something that I could give them, that probably only I could give them, that I was in the right place at the right time for that person that needed help. It's so apparent. So He does send you people. Pray to Him to send you people. And that is how you tithe. Not to church. If you want to give to church, that's fine. Do what you want to do with your money. I'm not telling you don't do it, but I feel like you can make better decisions with where your time, energy, and money goes than by praying about it, than for somebody to tell you that you have to follow this rule and do it that way, and then let your money be mishandled and not used for God's work at all. So there, I said it. I said that God's inside of us, and I told you don't tithe to the church. I mean, I'm sure I am. My name is Mud. My name is Mud already. People lie about me all the time and try to twist things about me, and the jig is up. I've been through all the tricks have been played, all of the games have been played. I've woken up every day for the past year and thought, what game are we going to play today? Because it's always something with the lies and the manipulation and the bullying and the instigation and just the low vibrational energy that you'll find yourself in when you're ascending. And yes, we do ascend. We level up. It's becoming closer to God every day. So you're obedient in your walk with God. You trust Him and you have faith, and you're down for the ride. I'm down for the ride. I've been down for the ride. So you will ascend. And when you're leveling up, the more you will find yourself surrounded by low vibrational people that want to dim your light and bring you down. So you just got to know that when you're on your path, when you're in your purpose, there's going to be, the sharks are going to circle. They're going to, there's a call to arms. The devil's agents will definitely try and bring you down. They're not motivated. They're all about oppression, attention seeking. They'll look at me, the clowning, being loud, telling rumors, just all of the things. But I'm used to it, and it's fine. I don't let it bother me. I stay in my high vibration. That's why they can't bring me down, because I'm always vibing high. I can never ever be like that again, because if you wallow in it, you're going to stay there, and the more that you stay there, the more things are going to affect you. So it's forward motion every day. And until you can make it part of your lifestyle, it's just like anything else, like changing your diet. Just little changes every day, but do something about it every day until you're committed to that lifestyle, until you're committed to praying, until it's second nature to pray for these people and not be disparaged by it, to not let it bring you down, to not be sad about it at all, not even for a second. Don't be sad about it. Of course, you're going to have sad moments about anything. You're human. It's going to be, there's going to be moments where you're sad about things, but don't let low vibrational people make you sad. If there's detours, if there's blockages, that's what God wanted for me. If they're mean and they're gossipy and they're lying and they're just bullying you or trying to get you to come out of your character, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it from me. I don't care what you do. Let it be second nature to pray for those people immediately. If you have a bad day, go do something that makes you happy. Reward yourself for making it through it. You know, go dance. Go, I love to roller skate. Go paint. Do something. But always bloom where you're planted. It doesn't matter what your situation is. Bloom where you're planted. I have this little canvas that I bought. I just finished coloring it the other day. But bloom where you're planted. Doesn't matter what your situation. You find that silver lining. You disregard that negative behavior and you keep going, because God has something greater for you than that. All of these things are just hurdles. Learn to Jackie Joyner Kersey those hurdles. Just everything that comes your way. Find a way to dodge it. Find a way to jump it. Find a way to be happy about something. Find a way to dismiss it, because that's God's plan. It's God's plan. We're all going to be tested along the way. We're all going to have crisis. We're all going to have chaos, but it's how you handle it that matters. How you handle it. Yeah, so if you want something, I've talked about this before as far as visualization. If you want something, act like you have it already. Be super, super confident in yourself and your walk with God that you have it already. Act like you are royalty. And I'm not talking about, you don't put people down. You don't, act stuck up. But to yourself, in your head, tell yourself, I have it already. Whatever I want is already mine. I have it already. Those 26,000 views are 26,000 subscribers. I am rich. I am rich in everything that I have. And that means money too. Anything that I want, God will make sure that I get it, because I am deserving of it. I know my worth. You can't tell me any different. And that's what it is. That's what it already is. I visualize it. I speak it into existence. And I am confident that the Lord will provide that to me, because I deserve it. Period. So, it really sucks for the people that can't rise up to meet that vibration. You are so much more. I see glimpses of it in the people that are low vibrational, and I'm like, embrace that, grab a hold of that, and do not let go, because your life depends on it. Your life depends on it. The people that are in your life, their life could depend on it. Hold on to it and grow that, flex that muscle. Be that good person that I see inside of you. Be that person, more of that person every day. Continue to work on being more of that. Don't be the gossipy, the peanut gallery, when I say peanut gallery, I think of the guys that are on the Muppet Show that sit in the balcony of the show, and they have nothing really nice to say. They just sit up there and laugh and, have snarky comments. I know people like that, and even in those people, I see wonderful things inside of them, and I'm like, if they only see what I saw, if they could only see what I see in them, they would grab hold of that energy and they would make it enormous. And every day they would be more and more and more of that. And the sky is the limit for them. But they won't. They won't see that. All they do is spin their wheels every day with being more of the same, or trying to make other people happy, not seeing their worth. And it's just so disappointing. But like I said before, you can show people their potential, you can point it out, You can encourage them, you can cheer it on, but they have to grab it. They have to seize it. They have to work for it. They have to want it for themselves. So if you're around anyone that's low vibrational, that participates in the bullying and the intimidation and the instigation, like, just please cheer them on. No matter how many times it takes, still do it. Still do it, because they're never going to forget, even when you're long gone out of their life, because you will be. You will be. You're not going to stay there, but while you're there, while you have to be there, please encourage them. Please pray for them. Please hold a mirror up to them with your life, with your actions. Please show them this is what it can be like, and you are great too. You can do this just like I did this. Please, please, please do that for yourself. Don't hold yourself back for them, but while you have to be around them, while you're passing through, show them what they can be. I have so much hope for some of the people. I've been what it feels like dancing with the devil for way over a year now, and I feel like me and him are old friends at this point, because it's just been one thing after another. He's very dedicated into bringing down people of the light, but all it does is fuel my fire, and I think it's funny. I've called a lot of people out on my channel without naming their names lately, and you can tell that, when a dog is hit, it'll holler. A hit dog will holler. That's what the saying is. And you could tell they're hit, and you could tell they want to holler, but if they holler, they're gonna expose themselves even more than they already have. They've exposed themselves to me as far as me using my spirit of discernment. But if they holler like they want to holler, then they're going to expose themselves to everybody, and they can't do that because they are in denial about what they're doing, and they don't want to be exposed, because I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't done anything. So if they expose themselves, and they expose themselves as bullies that's coming to actually do harm to someone that hasn't done anything to them at all, that hasn't hurt them, that hasn't said anything mean to them, that hasn't done anything to them, if they holler because they were hit, they will expose themselves for being a bully. And that's not attractive. That's not attractive. What does it make them look like? And they don't want to do that. But I can tell they want to. They want to so bad, but they won't. They can't. It's hilarious. But they're dancing around it. They're dancing around it with everything that they have. But I still pray for them. I still love you. I have faith that God will find a way. If it's not this situation, that God will find another way to bring you to Him, to make you discover a way to embrace your light and to shine it. I know you're going to get there one day. I have the utmost faith in you. But yeah, the only other thing I wanted to say about the naysayers, the low vibrational things that are around, they can say whatever they want about you, but the proof is in the pudding. We've had a lot of, I get a lot of calls at work, so we have a lot of different things that people do there. A lot of people don't just answer calls all day. I do answer a lot of calls all day. Sometimes I'll make calls out, and so I don't have to be on the incoming calls. We have a dashboard where we can see how many calls are coming in and who's on a call and what you're doing if you're not on a call. And then there's also a chat room where you can ask questions about what's going on if you need help, or if you just want to, be funny and share jokes. And I don't hang out in the chat. I'm pretty much a loner. I pay attention to the chats that I have to pay attention to, but a lot of the off the phone things, the not incoming calls, I'll say that, have been slow lately. And so it's interesting to look at what people do when they don't have those other things to do. Will they dig in? Will they apply themselves? Will they go above and beyond to really help out the team, to help out the greater goal of what we're there to do, which is help patients? Um, so I love to see when I don't compare myself to other people, because different calls can take different lengths of time. It's what you do with your time when you're on the call with the patient and how you help them. And if they're upset, to de-escalate them. Do you actually, instead of just turning them away, do you actually help them with their problem? Things like that. So I don't look at the number of calls that I get, but when there is a lot of downtime in the other areas, I do look at who really throws themselves in and applies themselves to the greater goal. And I love to see on the dashboard the people that go and really throw themselves back into the grassroots of why we're there. You can tell that they are appreciative to have their job and they're actually there to help people.